This weekend I canned my first recipe from the book that I reviewed, which is the Better Homes and Garden Canning Guide. And I decided to try a recipe for a vegetable that is not one of my favorite vegetables, and that is beets. Often to me, beets seem to taste like the soil they come from. So my husband likes beets, but not a favorite of mine. But I decided to try this recipe called orange thyme beets in this book. And you know what? I really like the beets. It is something I definitely can eat and enjoy. So come along with me as we can orange thyme beets. Oh, one more thing. This can be a pretty time-intensive recipe. I just want to let you know, because peeling 9 pounds of beets does take some time. And even though your hands may get very red, mine washed off very easily. The recipe says start with 9 pounds of beets. This is 9 pounds, or maybe a little over. Next you want to wash them and maybe even scrub them. You want to get all the dirt off them. And we'll be back when we're done with this step. Now we've let them drain, and we're just going to transfer them. Now I've transferred them into this tall soup broth pan. Now we're going to want to cover these beets with water. And if you don't have a really tall pan, you can do this 2 different times, of course. Be back when we're ready to put it on the stove. Okay, we brought them up to boil. Now we're just going to turn it down, and we're going to simmer it for about 15 minutes. Now we just want to cool these beets. Run a lot of cold water over them. And then we'll be back for the next stage. Now for the messy part. There's a bigger one. We're just going to clean the top here and here. And then we're just going to peel them. And yes, you should be wearing plastic gloves, because it will gradually turn your fingers red. But I just don't like wearing plastic gloves. Okay, just about got this one done. I think so. There we go, just dip it in the water. And I'll be back when I have all of the other ones done back here. Well, that took quite a while. As you can see, we have Detroit red beets, but there's some other heirloom variety beets also. Now, the book has showed how you leave part of the top on, which I couldn't because the greens were already cut off when I got these at the farmer market. But supposedly then you just cut it off, and then you can just slip off the skin. Well, I can tell you, that did not work for me. So it was a lot of peeling. Now our next step is we're going to be cutting these in 1/2 inch slices. Is that about 1/2 inch? Kind of a pretty bead, isn't it? Okay, putting them in here. Get a big red one. And so I'll be back when I have these all nice and sliced up. Now I've got my sliced beets in the pot. We're going to put 3 1/4 cups water in the pot. One cup orange juice. And now we needed 1 tablespoon of the fresh orange zest. As you can see, this orange is partially naked. I got off as much as I could, and then I just added some orange zest from my spice cabinet. But you need a tablespoon. And we need 2 tablespoons of snipped fresh thyme. So I'll be back here when I get this all snipped up. Oh, it smells so good. Here's 1 tablespoon. Okay, here's our other tablespoon of thyme. Oh, gee, it really smells good. If you don't have fresh thyme, use dried thyme. It'll be fine. And that's all the ingredients there is. So I've stirred it up a little, and now we got to bring the water and juice to a boil. We just wanted to get it hot so we can ladle it into our jars. Now this recipe is supposed to make 6 jars. Got a 7th out just in case. You need clean jars. They don't have to be sterilized because you're pressure cooking this for 30 minutes. Now it's time to ladle our beets into the jars. And hopefully they'll all fit. They aren't too big to fit in the jar. And I'll be back when I have all of these nicely filled. Well, as you can see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I could have even had more. This was supposed to make 6 pints. It said 9 pounds of beets. I bought 9 pounds of beets, but obviously it made more. I did have to make a little bit more of the juice using water, orange juice, thyme, and orange zest. But anyway, just gotta wipe the jar. Put on your lid, and then finger tight it. Now it's ready for the canner. We'll have these beets tonight for supper. 8 on the bottom, and I have to have 1 on the top, double decker. Now we're just going to tighten up our screws on the pressure canner. And I'll be back when we get some good venting out of here. Got good steam coming out the vent here. We're going to let that happen for 10 minutes. You can see it's a good steam. We're going to put this on. There we go. 10 pounds down. Might be different depending on your elevation. Just waiting till this gauge gets up to 10 pounds. And then we'll start timing it. You see we've reached the 10-pound pressure. So now I'm going to set a timer for 30 minutes. Down to 0, we're taking off the weight, which is hot. We're going to do here. These are also pretty warm. There we go. Smells like beets. Well, they turned out beautiful. Look at that color. Isn't that nice? All of the pints sealed just perfectly. Now this would make a nice gift too because these really are beautiful. Now for a taste test of the beets. Not bad. My husband says the beets take on the flavor of whatever they're with. So this definitely has a little orange in the thyme taste, but I kind of like it because to me it doesn't taste like beets. Well, I hope you enjoyed this first in my series from Making Recipes from the Better Homes and Gardens Complete Canning Guide. Very, very happy with this recipe. Just perplexed though, either the farmer's market didn't really give me 9 pounds of beets, they gave me more, or this recipe is off because it definitely made more than 6 pints. But I think it's one you should try, and if you don't like beets, you may like this beet recipe. This is Potpourri saying please subscribe, share the knowledge, and thumbs up if you like this video.